Welcome to the CNC with Dave Gatton show. We're going to do a show and tell tonight. I've got lots of awesome photos that you folks have sent to me of your various CNC projects. So we got a lot to look at there. I don't know if he's out there in the chat or not. I haven't seen him. But last week we had Ryan Ballard on and talked about the Raspberry Pi deal, and I got thanks to him showing all that stuff, I've got my my little CNC hat thingy and the little driver. So you look for a some kind of a Raspberry Pi type CNC project coming up in the coming weeks. As soon as I get those things put together. Let's go through. I got a few folks hanging out with me tonight. Let's go through and let everybody introduce themselves. And Miss Becca, I'll start with you.
Hi, everybody. It's me again. It's Becca Miller from Texas. And I just play on my CNC, and that's about all I do.
Yeah, and we've got Becca sent some photos, so I'm glad you're here because I'll let you describe them. I printed out your notes that you sent with them, but since you're here, I'll just let you talk about them when I show them. Next, I've got Mr. Javi.
Good evening, one and all. Javi from Javi's Woodshop here once again, joining the fun.
Thank you for being here tonight, Javi. And like I said, I'll be doing screen share a good bit of the night. So if you would watch for questions and comments and things like that, trolls, whatever, in the chat. Next, we have with us Miter Mike.
Good evening. First time on your show, Dave, and thanks for having me. My only picture would be the great CNC's still in a box, so.
Yeah,
but it's getting there. It's getting there.
I wanted to invite Michael on tonight so he can see the kind of projects that he can look forward to making with his Gatton CNC once he gets it built. So I hope you enjoy looking at these cool projects tonight, Mike. And finally, I have Mr. Sean Martyr from Airport Kiosk fame with me tonight. Sean, you want to introduce yourself to everybody?
Hey, y'all. This is Sean. Down here in South Florida. And I think you know me from my, simple projects I do on the Gatton. I haven't gotten a 3D or anything, but, I'm a hobbyist and a woodworker, professional woodworker. And I'm happy to be here, first time on the show, and I appreciate you bringing me on, Dave.
All right. Well, thanks for being here tonight, Sean. And since you're sitting right there next to that kiosk, let's talk about those for a minute. I've seen some really nice pictures. I know Jerry Brown, I think he was over in the chat. He's done a nice job fixing up his kiosk, stripped it all out, and it's got a nice clean install of his electronics and stuff. That looked really good. And I saw just most recently Josh Thompson posted a picture of his. So just so our viewers will know, how many of those kiosks are still available, Sean?
Well, Dave, we have approximately, it's over 20. Right now it's over 20.
Okay, so 20 some odd, and they're all pretty. I think most of the ones that are left are just like the one right there behind you. Is that correct?
What's that? You cut out.
Oh, I said most of the ones that are left are just like that one that's right next to you, right?
Yeah. There were a couple of large ones. We still have 2, and yeah, the majority of them are just like this. We have 20 of those. These right here.
Okay, and I'm a little biased, folks, but those things make really nice controllers. I got the 17-inch touchscreen. Anybody's available or thinking about getting one, let me know, and we'll see how we can arrange pickup or delivery or something like that. I wanted to mention it because we do have a show coming up, and I know a lot of folks pass through my way going to a show. We've got the Hickory, North Carolina Klingspor Extravaganza coming up October 26th and 27th, I think it is, Friday and Saturday. So if anybody's interested in one, let me know or let Sean know, and we'll work you a deal. Let's see what else we got to talk about. Seems like I had something else, or maybe not. I don't know. Let's go ahead and get started with because I've got a ton of pictures. I was kind of surprised because I see Josh T says, now if I can get the drivers working. Josh, I'm working on one myself out there, and when I first fired it up, at first the screen worked as far as having video. And when I first was playing around with it, I thought, well, crap, the touch screen part of it's not working. But then I realized that when I touched like the upper right-hand corner, I saw something move down on the bottom left corner. So I thought, well, wait a minute, it's working. It's just all screwed up and needs calibrated. So I went and downloaded, Jerry Brown had the link, and I went and downloaded the Evo drivers, and it has a calibration program that you can run with. I'm going to mute you for a second, Sean. I think that's where the echo is coming from. I'm not sure. But yeah, I had to download that and did the calibration, and now it works like a champ. So I don't know if you've done that yet, but if not, get with Jerry Brown or get with me, and I'll send you the link to that, or I can even send you the file. It's a zip file, I think, that I used, but it works great now. Okay, well let's go ahead and get started. Unless any guys on the panel got something else you want to add before I start doing the screen share thing.
Not me. I'm looking forward to it.
Josh, the Masso. Yeah, that's right. I forgot that Masso chat said it wasn't compatible, so that's not good. Okay, let me get over here and do what am I doing here? Let me present and then do a screen share, and we'll go ahead and start taking a look at some of these awesome pictures I got. Can everybody see my screen?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay. Well, Becca, since you're here, I'm going to go ahead and open up your folder first and let you talk about, we'll try to open these up in the right order. I think this was the first one you sent.
Yeah, that's the way I had my bits before. And you see there's a board up here. And the reason I put that board up there is because every time I reach up on the shelf, I get stabbed by, by these bits. So go to the next one.
Okay.
I decided it was time to make a change. So I got this, I can't remember which magazine or YouTube or something had these, and they've got a slot in the back with a keyhole that, fits over here and it slides in, so you can fill these up with your bits. And if you want to take them over to your CNC or router, you can just lift it off and take the whole block. So go to the next one. You can see I added, oh, where's the other one?
Am I missing one?
Looks like that one's there.
Because the next two I have are for the.
No, it's not the next one. It's the one after that. That one, the fourth one over. Okay,
this one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, no, that's the one we just saw.
Yeah, I must be missing one. You must have sent 5, and I.
Okay. Well, I put the Rockler inserts in these to hold my router bits, and I had my router bits. I had a pretty picture with my router bits in there, but that's okay. You can see how it works. Anyway, I did that all on the CNC, and it's really cool. It holds my bits, and I'm not going to get stabbed anymore.
Yeah, that's a pretty cool idea. I'm probably the world's worst at organization when it comes to bits, because I leave, when they're new, I leave them in the little thing, but then when I go to open them up, then after that it's just helter skelter. So
yeah,
this is the other project you sent, and this was for calculators, is that correct?
Yeah, a teacher, junior high school teacher, each kid has their calculator that they only allowed to keep them at school, and they're all identical. And she was just keeping them in a box, and she wanted something to keep these calculators straight so they didn't get all damaged. So she sent me a picture of something she thought she might want, and I sort of designed this on SketchUp and cut it all out on the CNC. You can see I had all of the dados on the CNC and all the cuts in the inserts and everything. And then it went together perfectly. So I think the last picture, she wanted me to paint it blue.
They're asking what the wood inserts were called for that CNC, for the router project.
What?
From Rockler, what are they called? The router bit inserts is
router bit inserts, I think.
That's just it. They were asking for a name there.
Yeah, they're really cool. I'll run out and get one and bring it back while whoever's showing the next one. Anyway, this is the completed project, and now I've had 3 other teachers ask me to make them one. So.
Yeah. Now, Becca, I have to admit, when I first saw this posted on, I think it was Facebook or Instagram or wherever it was you posted, the first thing that popped into my head was not for calculators, but for cell phones.
Well, that'd be good too. Yeah.
To me, they should have something like that at up the front of the classroom, and everybody checks, when they check in, they put their cell phone in there, because you see these videos all the time. When something starts happening in a classroom, all the kids are standing around with their phones recording everything.
Yeah. Well, now that you mentioned that, one of the ladies in my chorus came up to me the other day and said she looked at it, and that's exactly what she thought. She said, but she uses a shoe insert thing that she makes all the kids put her cell phones in.
I'm looking at your vents, and I'm noticing you're partial to blues and aquas from what I see.
Like I said, I don't like painted wood, but she wanted it painted, so that's the way it got painted.
Yeah. Well, that turned out nice, and like you said, the customer gets whatever color they want. So
right.
that turned out very nice, Becca.
Those are what I've done the last couple of weeks, so I thought I'd throw them in the mix here.
Okay, let's.
Hey, can you cut like Kaizen foam with the router, or no, with the CNC?
I've never.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kaizen foam. You need a sharp bit.
Kaizen foam to plug in those holes.
Yeah.
I think it might be a little cheaper than this.
Probably do that. The only thing, you'd have to make sure you had it secure where the bit didn't grab it and snatch it up.
Grab it and spin it. That's the big thing.
But okay, let's take a look at. I saw Jerry Brown out there in the chat. We'll do his pictures next, and he had a whole bunch of stuff.
Hey, isn't that the governor of California?
He is. Yeah, as a matter of fact, he is. Here's some pretty neat looking bottle openers. My favorite is probably the one that says, "In dog beers, I've only had one." I really like that one.
That is funny.
But, those are pretty nice. Here's I guess some more in the unpainted state. Now, Jerry, you're going to have to tell us what's in here, because I can't read that label good enough. But I'm guessing you use the CNC to make these little displays. And I think
that reminds me of the old neosynephrine bottles. And if so, you've got really bad sinuses.
Yeah, well, that's what it looks like, some kind of little dropper bottle. I'm not sure what's in there. And I don't know if he's still over there. He was in the chat earlier, so I don't know. These, I'm not sure. Not exactly sure what those are for. Oh, I think these might be his curtain rod hangers.
Yeah, just saying that.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. And here, I know he used the CNC to make, I guess y'all can see my mouse too, all this up here. And I think he's got his dust collection all mounted up in there. Pretty fancy, actually.
That's impressive. I like that.
Yeah. And here's his Polly Wants a Crafter sign. And you can also get a good shot at Jerry's got a spindle here. He's got the water cooled with the little radiator.
The spindle looks tiny in that thing.
Yeah, I think it's not. I don't think his is a 2.2. I think his is the
1500. Yeah,
I think that's the 1.5. So it might be a little bit smaller.
Got it.
I believe that's what he's got. And I keep checking the chat over there. I don't see Jerry.
No, I haven't seen him.
His pictures. I don't see him over there at all. So
Frankie was suggesting, which is good suggestion, HDPE as for bit storage also is a good thing to cut, Mike.
Cool.
Yeah, that cuts really easy.
That's really
now that water cooled thing, is that like a must have or?
Well, I mean, you can get different kind of spindles. You can get an air cooled or water cooled. Jerry's. While we're here at this picture, let me see if I can zoom up a little bit, bring it down.
Yep.
He's got the two water lines, and it's all a closed system. He's got like a little reservoir, and I believe he's got a little radiator thing with a fan, I believe, right there.
Yep.
I mean, he's got a lot going on right here on his.
Yeah, which you really don't need the radiator. I mean, it's great. I'm a person who loves overkill, but I mean, I've run my spindle for a couple hours without any circulation, just filled with water, and it doesn't warm up too much.
Yeah. And Mike, Mike, just so you know, I have a similar setup. I have a 2.2 kilowatt water cooled spindle, but mine is not near this fancy. I have a little shelf or stool back here, and on this stool behind the machine, I have a 5-gallon bucket of water with a submersible pump, and that is my cooling system. Mine is not really a closed system. Got a pump that pumps the water through here, and then it comes back out and just pours it back into the bucket. So every so often I have to check and clean the bucket and refill it and stuff like that. But
you should only need that if you're going to do like massive amounts of production, right? Or
well, if you're running a water cooled spindle, you're probably going to want one of these two types. I mean, you're going to want some kind of cooling because it will heat up. It's not something you can just run without any water going through it for any. And
either water or air cooled, no matter what, demands a certain level of maintenance. But it's a lot longer lasting. You'll burn out 5 spindles, possibly more. I mean, 5 routers, possibly more, before you wear out one of the spindles. The air cooled, you'd have to every now and then. You got to blow all the dust out, and the water cooled, you obviously got to change and maintain the water. Yeah, I do that every 6 months, so it's not that big of a deal.
Yeah.
Thanks.
But that's just something to think about. Let's see. Let's go back here to. Okay, here's the next one. He did a Christmas tree display stand for earrings, and that is pretty cool. And of course, you can tell this is. I guess he's at a craft show here, and oh, now he's back. He's back.
There he is.
Yeah, we've been talking about you, Jerry. I've been showing some of your stuff here, and you disappeared on me about the time I started talking about your photos. But yeah, there's A lot of good stuff. Looks like a lot of CNC stuff on that table.
Dave Mack is asking about the noise level. Yeah, Dave, air cooled is just about 10 decibels more louder than water cooled, but it's not really that much of a difference.
Well, to me, everybody talks about how quiet a spindle is, and that's true until you hit the wood. They're all loud when you're cutting wood.
Yep, that's it. And the I was telling Dave the other day, my 1/2-inch bits. I have a 1/2-inch collet on mine, a muscle chuck, and all my 1/2-inch bits are really nice and quiet. But when you get into the when I get into the reducer and use the 1/4-inch bits, oh, they whine and chirp and they're really loud.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm going to keep rolling here because we've got a lot of photos to get through. This, I guess, is these earrings here before they're finished. So
or Christmas ornaments, possibly.
Yeah, could be Christmas ornaments, I guess. Or maybe that's what this is. I was thinking they're earrings, but yeah, they're probably a little big for earrings. Yeah, I guess Christmas ornaments. Okay. Let's go on. Here's a couple of Paradise boxes in the middle stages, I guess.
Yep.
A light and a dark one. Those are always fun to make, and those are free files available from Vectric, Michael. So if you want to make something like that, the files are free. A lot of good free stuff on the Vectric site.
Mm-hmm.
This, I'm guessing, is a pen
box with magnets on it, looks like.
Yeah, very nice. That's beautiful wood right there. Very nice. And here is, let's see, what does that say? Somebody read that.
Hang on, let me enlarge this thing.
Oops. Okay,
it says, Dear, there you go, thank you. Dear Rottler, dear Hafler, dear
Antler,
Bell Action Peeps. I have no idea. $50. Oh, dear Antler.
Bolt action pens.
Dear Antler, dear Hunter style.
Bolt action pens.
Bolt action pens.
Yeah, we need some young buck with good eyes.
I'm telling you, it's.
I just got new glasses a couple weeks
ago.
ago.
Same here, and apparently I got to go back for them.
Thank you, Michael, for the use of your eyes right there. Okay, so yeah.
Maybe if he wouldn't have filled it in with Becca blue.
Yeah. That light blue is hard to read, but this is, I guess, a display for his pens, different things. That's pretty cool.
For the bolt action pens, that's pretty cool.
Hey, I see that blue back there behind Sean too.
There you go.
Oh yeah. He's got the blue going on too. All right, this looks like. Now I'm not a Star Wars guy.
That is
Millennium Falcon.
The Millennium Falcon.
Millennium Falcon. Very cool.
The Death Star's in the middle.
Yeah, with the Death Star in the middle.
Okay. Well,
see, is that a drink holder or? Yep.
I'm not sure, cool. Jerry. If you're over there, tell us.
I guess it is because I see a glass there.
Is this a? Yeah. Give us the scoop on this item here. It's very.
I don't think it's in the middle. Too safe running the router with the glass cup in your way. You think it's good?
Yeah. Yeah. Jerry, how did you cut that glass?
He was testing the vibration. See if it would spill anything while he's cutting.
That's neat.
Shot glass displays. Okay. Thank you, Jerry. Mind your own biscuits and life will be the gravy. Yeah.
Nice.
That's very cool. And I like the colors on that one. That's good. Yep. That's good.
Very patriotic.
Here's some more nice signs.
Does Jerry use acrylic? I mean, whatchamacallit, epoxy to fill that, or does he paint that all? I don't have the chat up.
Oh, okay.
I'm pretty sure it's all painted.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks painted.
Wow.
Yeah. It'll take a half a minute for the chat to catch up with us.
Yeah. just, I don't know how Jerry did
acrylic
this,
paints.
but the way I do stuff like this, Mike, and I haven't done a whole lot of it, but is I take the piece of wood and get it sanded good, and then I'll spray lacquer it, and then carve it, and then come back and put the paint on it. And then since you've lacquered it to start with, it kind of seals it up, and you don't get the paint, when you slop it outside the letter, it's real easy to sand off. So,
and that's
okay.
a much better technique than the other way to do it is to carve it, spray paint it, and then sand the top. But sanding the top ends up putting a bunch of paint inside the pores and things like that.
Yeah,
So.
you get a little bleed off on that.
Yeah.
you almost have to kind of seal it with something before you.
Yeah, that's the best way.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, Jerry says that it's just acrylic paint, pre-clear, then painted and sand. Yep. Very nice. These look really good too. I like those. Very nice. These are, you can tell Jerry kicks it up into production mode here. Look at all
Yeah,
this.
holy Jesus.
I think these are, Jerry, correct me if I'm wrong, these are the soap dispensers, I think, that I've heard you talk about before. But you can see he's knocking out a bunch of stuff.
Yep.
On his good old
soap dispensers are, oh yeah, I guess they are. Coasters, they almost look like, but
well, I guess they could be coasters too.
But, yeah. Well, there's definitely coasters.
I think I've heard Jerry talk about soap dishes.
There you go. Bloomington Mike was reminding us that 1.5 may not use ER20 collets. Yeah, for those of you unfamiliar with the metric sizes, an ER20 collet can take a 1/2-inch bit, but the some 1.5 kilowatt spindles do not come with ER20s. They come with a smaller collet, which can only satisfy up to 3/8 or 1/4.
Yeah.
Those are trivets.
Trivets. Okay, good.
Yep.
Good.
Trivets.
The big ones are trivets. Yeah, that's Jerry's. Okay, I've seen this one before too. I like this. Very cool sign. Or stand or whatever it is.
Or short people with low standards. We don't judge.
Yeah.
That's great.
That's funny. And I think this is kind of cool. This is something they made for his house. And I believe this is like a little workbench he was putting his 3D printer on, if I'm not mistaken. But I like that he took the time to design something, to cut out with the CNC.
Yeah, it looks fantastic. It's lighter on the weight.
Yeah. I really, really like that.
And you could, with a minor modification, you could add piano hinges on the right, fold those things. Well, for all I know, they have them, and fold them all to the right, and it'll fold up against the wall with a folding table.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah, that's very cool. I think that's the last of Jerry's. Yep. So thanks, Jerry, for sending all those in. I appreciate it. Okay, I was just checking what he was saying in the chat. Okay, man, we've got a lot to go here. Let's go up to how are we doing on time? Yeah, it's already 8:30, and there's still a ton of pictures in here, folks. Let's go to. I'll just go back up in there. We'll start going down the line so I don't miss anybody. Eric Smith sent quite a few pictures. Let's take a look here at what he's got, and I've got some notes somewhere here. Let me find them, because he put like a little thing. Okay, here it is. Okay, this book, he said he made this for his pastor. It's cherry, 6/4, took about 3 hours, and that is gorgeous.
Yep.
It looks like the pages will actually turn.
Yeah, that's very nice indeed.
Yep.
Good job on that one for sure, Eric.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay, here is a home sign. He says using big box store vinyl trim boards. So that's interesting.
That's cool.
Yeah,
It's like the Aztec stuff.
And I'm guessing that since it's vinyl, you could put it outside and it would last a long, long time.
Yep.
Here is he calls this a Joint Munitions Command Crest. He says, this is a Joint Munitions Command Crest. This government organization manages all military ammo manufacturing and distribution. Cross cannon tunes with a ordnance bomb in the center, surrounded by olive branches.
I got to tell you, that is a tough design to you've got to have a long bit to get to those bottom pieces without harming the top there on the edges.
Mm-hmm.
A 1/4 inch, at least an inch, maybe 1.5 inch bit for that thing.
Yep. Yep. That's very nice. Very well done. And let's see, this one he called his large project. And
nice.
Again, he says, I incorporate my CNC into all maker projects, making a fire pit rounded bench from composite decking material. The ends were rounded and the stars cut with a 45-degree V-bit, a work in progress. And I was noticing, let's see, I don't know if Eric is out in the chat or not. He may not be. I don't know if I've seen him. But I was taking a look right here where it bends, and it almost looks like the way the grain all matches. It almost looks like he took a saw and cut so far and then just kind of bent it.
Yeah.
And I really like that because
he may have put a 45-degree bit from the other side and not gone all the way through.
Yeah, you could have done a little relief cut on the back.
Relief cut, yeah.
Yeah, the vinyl, if it's long enough, you could get a good bend out of it. But you know, that's
the other
pretty
thing
good.
that's impressive, unless I'm mistaken, those things aren't screwed in from the front, the back, the back pieces, which it's a good call.
Yeah.
I mean, if you can avoid the screw holes, that's makes it look all that nicer.
Yep. Yep. That's I've never cut it into composite stuff, mainly because it's so much pricier than the wood stuff.
Yeah.
But that's some nice looking stuff, and because it's the composite, it'll last forever. So that's pretty cool, especially to be around a fire pit like that. I'm a big fire pit guy. I love fire pits.
Yep.
Yeah, I love fire too.
Yeah, I know you do, Mike.
Fire.
We've all got a little pyromaniac in us. Okay, let's see. The next one is, as you might could guess, an octopus. He says, we have a friend who is very generous with her time. She does a lot for others, and her favorite animal is the octopus. Quite fitting for her. This one is made from dark walnut. So there you go.
Very nice.
Lots of detail. Not one of my favorite animals, but it's still a nice looking project.
Yep.
Okay, and then let's see, we got a couple more here. He says this is a retirement box.
Yeah.
This box was made from mahogany and dark walnut, 16 inches deep, 24 inches wide, 14 inches tall. Made the warranty officer eagle and rank with my Gatton. The hardware is cast iron. Inside is a tray and a secret bottom. That is that's a really nice piece.
That's a nice piece. That's a really nice piece, but not so secret anymore.
Well, no, not so much now. But and he's rocking out some Bee Gees over there in the background, or somebody is.
Yeah.
Isn't that the Bee Gees right there? Like it. Yeah. All right. Yeah, that's when I first looked at this picture, I didn't realize how big it was until just now when I read it. 24 inches wide. That's a pretty good sized box. Wonder how long that one took.
I think Sean's trying to talk, but he doesn't know how to unmute himself, I don't think.
Okay. Sean, let me
roll over your screen, Sean, and the one that says the mic, you click on that one. Near the top, it's the second one.
Don't click on me.
Apparently, he's got a touch screen.
Yeah, I can't see the things because I'm screen sharing now, but
No, that turned him sideways. That's an interesting look.
let me go ahead and move on to the next one, and I'll come back to something.
I think he's yeah, there you go.
Did you get it?
No, I'll see if I can find it to unmute him if I can.
Okay. This is a word-on-word sign. Everything is going to be all right.
It's a good song.
Yep. Very nice, Eric, and thank you for sending those photos. Let's go back to, let's see, we did Jerry. Let's do Jesse Snider. See what he's sent here.
That's nice.
Let's see if I think I got a letter printed out from Jesse here too. If I can find it. Yeah, here we go. He says, hi, Dave. I posted this on Gatton CNC, but I will submit for the show and tell because they have been so much fun. I had purchased a laser and a 3D printer to help with separating myself from other makers in my area to help get interest in my products. First is a pet urn, which is what I'm showing here.
Yeah.
I did for a family that lost their pet, Lucy. I made a box for the first time and then laser engraved the photo and made a 3D printed topper to use all three machines.
Very nice.
So that is, 3 different types of CNC machines used on that project. And I'm sure that whoever you made that for was very happy with that. That looks awesome. Okay, let's see. Second project. Oh, wait a minute. I think I don't have these pictures in order. Okay, I says third and last entry is a veteran plaque for a neighbor who presented it to his father. The red oak piece showed the medals and stars as well as a photo that I felt was best served printed on the back of a piece of polycarbonate and then inserted into a pocket I made to be flush.
Yep.
So
Sweet.
I think I'm looking at the right picture here.
Yep.
All right. Very cool. Okay. So now this one is going to be the one that was actually a second project. And it says second project was photo I've seen going around on the internet regarding what I thought was a humorous sign about needing one more cartridge case to complete a wind chime for trespassers. I made my own version and posted on an app called Imgur that went viral, but not in a good way. I did get a lot of very harsh comments.
It is funny.
It is funny.
I think it's
People don't have
hilarious.
a sense of humor anymore. They really don't, Jesse. I personally love it.
It wasn't heads. It's just empty
I like it.
bullets.
I like
Sean's back. Hi, Sean.
Hi.
it. Did Sean get where he can talk now?
Sean finally got unmuted.
Okay, good.
Yeah, I'll tell you, if it was, see, that's not insulting. Like Mike said, if it was little shrunken heads, that may have a problem with that.
Okay. Okay, those are very cool, Jesse. Thank you for sending those in. Let's see who we got next here. Jim Senecola. I think Mr. Senecola was in the house. Let me find his email that I printed out. Well, I thought I had some. Here it is, right here in front of me. Okay, let's go to Jim Senecola. Let me start with this one. This one is a plaque for his grandson's upcoming black belt test. Cherry ply, 12 by 12. Somebody's got an echo. You hear that echo? Sean, I think we got an echo with you, buddy. Anyway, cherry ply, 12 by 12 by 3/4. Nicely done, Jim. August. Oh, that's coming up, August 25th, 2018. Very nice. Not to be critical, Jim, but one thing that I'm not a fan of, and it's just because it's harder to see, is that lighter color text right there. To me, that's
Becca Blue.
It's what?
Becca Blue.
Becca Blue. Okay. I mean, it nothing wrong with the color, I guess, but it's just, to me, it's just harder to read than something like the black or the darker blue. The darker the color, the better I like it. But it's still a great project. Very nice. All right, let's go to, let's see if I can go here. Here's the other one. He says, a knife organizer for my daughter. This was hard maple, 8.5 by 17.5 by 2 inches, finished with butcher block oil. And that is pretty slick.
Yep.
Pretty slick. Very well done, Jim. And thank you for sending me those photos. All right, let's see who we've got left. I'm going to skip over John for a minute. Let's take a look at Larry Duggar.
Good old Larry.
And I don't think he sent me anything. I think these are all pretty self-explanatory. That looks like a postcard.
That'll cost an arm and a leg to mail.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Very nice, Larry. And then let's see. And then here is another one of those books. And this one's very well done too. I like this one.
I love that wood.
Yeah, it's gorgeous.
It's the burl gives it the look of parchment paper.
Mm-hmm.
A texture that looks like paper. Yeah.
Yeah, that's fantastic. Incredible.
Yep, that's very, very nice. And he's also got an awesome looking machine right there too. Imagine that. Okay, let's see. Let's go to who I got here. Let's go to Rob Shuster. Rob sent quite a few photos, and I've got an email from him, and I don't know, is Rob Shuster over there in the chat?
Dave, Larry was saying that it's curly maple.
Curly maple, okay.
Yeah, the Bible. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that turned out awesome, Larry.
Yep, absolutely.
Larry Gold does awesome work.
Yes, he does. Okay, now this is from my buddy Rob Shuster, and I got to tell you, I don't think he's out there in the chat. Hey, Patrick Workshop, how you doing? Somebody left the door open. He got in here.
Yeah, Rob's there.
Okay, Rob's there. Okay, I'm glad you're here, Rob, because these are fantastic. All right, let's see if I can read these your notes. Okay, first set of photos, Aztec calendar. To make it different, I did it on a 3D dome instead of on a flat surface. I was originally going to make it 24 inches, but then saw the V-carve estimate on how long it would take, so I switched it down to 12 inches. The 3D part took about an hour, and the V-carve calendar took about 3.5 hours. Wood is beech with a coat of poly, no stain. I got a steel on a lot of beech, rough cut. It is really hard, but carves really nice if you take your time. And this thing is just gorgeous.
Absolutely.
And I mean, it looks gorgeous from that shot, but now when you look at it from this shot, that is cool. And I don't know that I've ever seen anybody do it on a raised dome like that. That is,
yeah.
I mean,
Anybody that's ever been seeing for even for a long time can recognize that workmanship on the CNC is fantastic. That wood is just absolutely perfect to cut with.
Yeah,
from
I
what
mean,
I've
look
seen.
at how clean the cuts are and everything. Just
Incredible.
that is just fantastic. That's got to be one of the best Aztec calendars I've ever seen. And trust me, I have seen a bunch of them because everybody cuts one. So kudos to that, Rob. Great job. Okay, let's see. Moving on now. Let's go to, he says, second photo. I have a coworker who raises chickens, so I made a quick sign for her. Wood is oak. Says I got a great deal on the oak. Same time I got the beech, and that is some beautiful oak. And that's pretty cool. I like having chickens myself. I like chicken signs. Okay, now I
I
hope.
like to eat chicken.
I hope, Rob, I tried to put these photos in the order of which I should show them, so I'm hoping I got them right. I don't know whether I did or not. The third photo says in-grain rings. He said, I saw a YouTube video a while back by MTM Wood where he made some in-grain pin blanks. I decided to use the same technique for rings. I started typing out how I did it for you, but you don't have time to try and explain what I was doing. I'm thinking about doing a video on making the rings. Let's see, blah, blah, blah. Okay, it says the basics are you make a in-grain sheet, which I think that's what that picture is, a small in-grain sheet. Use a 60-degree V-bit to make 6 wedges. Glue those wedges into a circle/log with the end grain facing out. 6 wedges times 60 degrees equals 360. Slice of a piece, let's see, slice of a piece of that log, the thickness of a ring, looks like a pie. Screw that pie to the wasteboard. Okay, there's the log, I guess. Yeah, I guess I'm getting behind here, flipping pictures. Attach the jig to hold the ring to cut out the inside of the ring. And there are the rings. Hopefully it makes some sense with the photos. I guess we're going to have to really wait for Rob to come out with the video.
Yeah, that's fantastic. Yeah, I could see how he did that. That's fantastic.
Pretty cool.
Wow, those are cool.
And I'm not sure where this picture fit in with all of that.
Those are the triangles. He's about to cut them on the bandsaw.
Okay.
And then he puts them all together in a pie shape.
This picture
slices them up
before this one, I guess. Then.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. Then he slices them up, puts them in a mount in a jig, and out of that little hexagon pie shape, he'll cut the ring.
Yeah. Okay. And also, Rob, if any of you guys are familiar with Rob Shuster, he is a Linux CNC user, and he puts a note in here. He says, I know you want to do a show on Linux CNC. I would be happy to help out. If you want me by my machine to show how things work, then we will have to wait a few months. His garage faces west, and the afternoon Arizona sun bakes it pretty good. So since you're here in the chat now, Rob, I will take you up on your offer to come on the show and talk about Linux CNC, and we can wait until it's cool enough and you give us the okay.
Absolutely. I'm looking forward to seeing Linux CNC.
We'll do a show on that for sure. That's about the only one we haven't done. I still want to try to get Jad on here to talk about the Masso some. We've already done the Mach 3, the Mach 4, the UC CNC, and then last week the Raspberry Pi.
I'd be happy one day to talk about Win CNC, but it's I don't know if it's very practical because it's pretty much got all the features that all the others do, and it's a bit more steeper on the expensive side. So
yeah,
I'll do a little research into if there's any advantages at all. But
okay, and finally, I wanted to do this one for John Pyton here, and if we got time, I do have a few more things I can show after that. But John just sent this one picture. Excuse me, but I wanted to read his note. He says, Dave attaches a photo of a 3D carving, bees on flowers, 8 inches by 16 inches, that we completed yesterday. It's the first 3D we have done. It was carved from a piece of cypress wood and doesn't have any kind of finish on it yet. He goes on to say, I am terrible at taking pictures and worse on posting them. I only completed my Gatton CNC build, 48 inches by 54 inches, a couple of weeks ago, and have been having so much fun. No time to post pics, but we'll soon. I have several build pics and a bunch of pics of signs that we've already carved. Hold on. We're getting out of breath here.
It's funny. I'm glad he said that, because a lot of people tell me, hey, Javi, if it's not on video, it didn't happen. Well, you know what? Half the time I find myself having so much fun. There's just no time to video or take pictures. And I'm glad he mentioned that he's having fun. That's the whole point.
Yeah, let me read one more paragraph here. He says, yeah, about a year ago, I was diagnosed with cancer. Was told that the treatments would take away most of my energy, and it was suggested I find something to keep me busy. Well, it was like the doc was telling me to finally build that CNC that I bought the kit for. Took me a year to get it done, but it's done. The same week I completed the build, the doc finally gave me the good news that the treatments worked and I was cancer-free. He says, I am telling you, there is nothing like sawdust therapy to make a guy feel good.
There you go.
So how awesome.
God bless him. That's awesome.
That is fantastic.
Okay, let's see. Now we got a little bit of time left, so let me show some other pictures. Now these aren't necessarily CNC, well, they're kind of CNC project pictures. The other day or a few weeks ago, whenever it was, Leo Steger was on, and we talked about Mach 4. And if y'all watched that show, you might remember that he mentioned that he was working on a CNC for his brother. And he sent me some pictures, and I thought we'd take a quick look at them. This is, I guess, his brother, the shop dog, and this is the CNC I think that he is working on. Yeah, that's a CNC, all right. Okay.
That's actually called a point-to-point.
Okay, there you go. There you go.
Leo has to outdo everybody.
Leo out there as well.
Let me see.
What did you say, Becca? I missed it.
I said Leo has to outdo everybody.
Oh, okay. Now here's part of the crawl. He's helping his brother get this thing going. Now this picture doesn't look that bad, but this next picture that I show you, you think you've got wire management problems?
Those machines are all pneumatic too.
I think the problem is with the blue wire. It's the
Becca blue. Becca blue.
Cut the blue wire.
Yeah, that's quite a man. That's a bird's nest.
Can you imagine
right
calling tech support and you just tell them, I don't know, I just cut a blue wire and.
Yeah, well, apparently one guy cut they've got wire net back together.
In the telecom industry, we see that all the time, and you just tug on it until one of them pulls off.
Yep. There you go.
Man, that is something right there.
Yeah, I don't know. I am assuming that is a before picture, because I've done a lot of low voltage wiring, and that would
yeah.
That would
well, you can see they've got the
definitely a before
covers missing here, so I guess you can just cram it all in there and put one of them covers on. It wouldn't look so bad. But man, that's And then here is a picture that he sent actually for a project, and I'm not sure. I guess he said this was some kind of what did he say? Dolphins, I think, or something.
Yeah, it looks like dolphins.
I'm not sure what that was, but he's using.
Platypus?
He has a mill.
Like a platypus.
He's using a his Mach 4. Remember, he runs a regular mill with his, so he sent those. And if we still got a little bit of time, we'll take a quick look.
Got plenty of time.
John Revel from Down Under. I don't know if he's in the chat tonight or not. A lot of times he's out there. Now, I think a lot of these I showed, let's see, starting right about here. I think I've already showed you all these. This is his this laser work. I think we looked at these the other day or the other week or whatever when we were talking about lasers. I'll just kind of go through these real quick. That's actually, you can tell that's a piece of cardboard.
Yep.
More cardboard. E-rings of some kind.
There they sell those at Laser Bits by the 100 pack.
So you can get the scale.
Nice.
That's some tiny stuff right there. I don't know if he's in that picture or not. But yeah, I think I went through these and showed these the other week. But he did later on send me a picture of.
See, now that last picture, Dave, that's I used to do that all the time. It's laser calibration to know exactly. You set different power settings and different speeds for each block, and you know exactly how dark it'll go.
Mm-hmm. Yep, that's exactly what that is. Let's see. Let me get on back around here. Okay, now these are the newer pictures he sent me. And again, I don't think he's out there. I don't see him out there tonight. Here's his step craft that, if you'll notice, looks very similar to the Go CNC that I have. They're both German companies, so let's see. Was that? Oh, I thought I had more than that. Hold on. Oh, let me start at this end. Yeah, here is
the laser.
Not sure what we're looking at there. I mean, it's a laser of some kind, looks like. There he's showing how big. That actually looks like that's acrylic right there, that upright. That's a little tiny machine.
Yeah, it is. That's a tiny little machine. That's cute.
Yeah, it is. Well, some 80-20 extrusion and acrylic and stuff.
Looks similar to this one.
Yeah, let's see. Is that the same machine? That one looks a little bigger.
It's 2030.
Okay.
Nice.
I don't know whether, I guess this is a build in progress or something. Let's see. And there is I don't know how you pronounce that brand, but that looks like a pretty nice laser. And then, of course, yeah, these are the ones I've already shown you. But yeah, John sent me those, so thank you, John. I don't think he's out there now, but if you watch this later, thanks for sending us those photos. So I think I've covered everything. Becca. And I want to thank all you folks for sending me this stuff, because I know we had mentioned, or I had mentioned, that we do a show and tell. I think I mentioned it probably a couple of weeks ago. And then I thought, well, I don't know if anybody's even going to remember that I said that. So I didn't even post anything on Facebook until yesterday. I said, hey, we're going to do show and tell. If I get enough things, and you guys just really stepped up to the plate and sent a bunch of photos. So thank you for that.
Hey, Dave.
Not just photos, but good looking stuff too.
Dave?
Yes, ma'am.
This is the completed, or almost completed thing that I was showing earlier.
Yeah. Can you hold it up just a little bit, Becca? There you go. Let me lock it on you so everybody can get a good.
Yeah, can you see it? Yeah.
Yeah.
And I've got everything
You bought
labeled.
you bought those little blue inserts from Rockler, you said?
Yeah, from Rockland. They're not very expensive. They're pretty cheap.
Yeah.
And they'll hold either a 1/2 inch or a 1/4 inch bit. So
That's cool.
yeah.
Yeah, that's a neat way to do it because, like I said, you can put.
They hold them. They hold them. They're not going to fall out.
Yeah, and I like it because you can put the bits that you're going to use for a certain project in the same thing, and then pick it up and carry it right over to the machine.
Yep.
That's pretty cool. Okay, I don't think.
Hey, Dave.
Yes.
One thing. I wanted to show you on the back of my CNC gantry. I did put Gatton CNC.
Okay, that's the back side.
That's the back side. The front side has my company name on it.
Okay.
You made a comment about it the other day, so.
Okay. Well, you got Gatton CNC on the other one, so.
Yeah.
It's. We can joke about it, but it's not a requirement for people to put Gatton CNC on there. But it does make me feel good that they like it enough to do that. So I do appreciate it. But like I said, it's not a requirement. All right, we got any questions over there? Like I say, we're getting right on the hour here. Anybody got any questions, comments?
Well, Ryan's asking how the Ender is working for you.
Ryan, I have not ran that Ender. I don't know, probably 2 months now. I have used the CR10 a little bit, but I tell you what's happened, and it's just because I haven't got something for it. The Ender 3 comes with that build tack on the table. And I don't know whether I've messed it up by wiping it off with something or what, but now, before it used to stick so good, I couldn't even hardly get stuff off. And now I can't get anything to stick to it. So I think what I'm going to do is probably pull that stuff off and just get me a piece of glass or maybe some of that what do you call it? PEI or PIE or whatever. I think it's PEI. That plastic. I got a 12 by 12 piece. I could cut it down, I guess, because I've gone back to using the glass on my CR10. But
Bloomington,
no, in answer to your question, I haven't.
Mhm.
I mean, it still works good if I could just get the build surface to stick better.
Bloomington Mike was asking if he could send over, I imagine, a show and tell of a Vectric inlay. I would imagine that's what he means. So I guess for the next show and tell, of course.
Yeah. We'll do. We do these every, I don't know, couple of months or so. I don't know how long it's been since we did the last one, but every once in a while, people get to doing stuff and they want to show off their stuff, and also, anybody that wants to send pictures of their CNC projects or maybe their Gatton CNC build, I'm always happy to show that stuff. Besides, I like looking at them myself. And if you got a YouTube channel or a website or Etsy store, anything you want to plug, that's what we're here for. I probably should have mentioned it in that thing because I don't know. I'm sure some of these guys probably got websites. And if you send them to me when I do a show like this, I'll put them in the description. If I've shown your stuff tonight and you got a website or an Etsy store or something, send me a link and I'll go back and put it in the description so people that are watching this can go find it.
Yeah, Jason says Owensby says he uses a glass over his build tack on his Ender, and well, he says no need to remove it, but
just use it right over it.
He's using right over it. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I got to do something, but that's the main reason I quit using the Enders, because I got tired of, starting something and coming back a few minutes later and it popped off and making a mess. But I haven't really, the 3D printer thing is fun. It's a whole nother. The part I liked about it was you know, since I already know how to model stuff in 3D, you can do your own models and make whatever you can dream up. But and I'm probably gonna make some people mad when I say this. I've said it before. When it comes right down to it, it's still plastic. And there's just so many things you can make out of plastic, so many little widgets and stuff. I don't know. I'm just, like I said, when I think of something, I still got to make, although I think I'm just going to make it out of some wood or something, or maybe some HDPE or something. But I got to make some of those little extender arms for this so I can do the bigger reels. That's why this thing's still sitting here. I've still got about 30 or 40 reels of film. I haven't had a chance to do any lately.
Yep, I know the feeling.
Yeah. But
3D printing is not for me.
Yeah, well, I mean, you know, a lot of people have gotten into it. Jerry Brown's printing some crazy stuff with his, and you know, his stuff looks beautiful. It's just, I don't know. I'll probably, you know, I'm not going to get rid of them or anything, but I've just kind of I've already done everything I needed to do, and now I don't need anything. So
if it was quicker or if it was perfect every time, I'd enjoy it a lot more. But the problem is you go through so much trouble to design something, and then oh well, now this problem or that problem or this problem, and I'm batting maybe 2 out of probably more, probably 3 to 5 out of 10 projects that I do on the 3D printer fail. And you know, you get it working for a while, and then something happens, and then the next batch fails, and it's frustrating.
And Andrew Haig kind of hit the nail on the head there. He said it's just another tool, useful when you need it.
Yep.
And you know, that's why I said I won't ever get rid of mine, even if they just sit there and collect dust. Because every once in a while you go, oh yeah, I got a 3D printer, I can make that.
Yep.
And it's kind of neat to be able to do that. Landis students. I don't know if that question was directed at me or not. He says, are you going to Hickory, North Carolina this year? As of right now, I'm planning on it. I've been the last couple of years, I guess, and that is a great show. And it's my understanding, anybody here on the panel can correct me if I'm wrong, but it's my understanding that the Southern Woodworkers, I think, are going to have a booth there this year, which I think will be a first for them. They've had it at the Atlanta show, but not at Hickory.
I'm north of the Mason.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Well, we'd let you come stand just outside the line of the booth, you know.
Yeah, my son's actually going into high school come September, and they have laser and 3D printers, so that's going to be my excuse to get one for home. Well, he's got to learn how to use it.
There you go.
He can't fail his tests.
Yeah, Dave Mack says I believe that is true. I'm pretty sure because I know I've got an invite from from Southern Woodworkers or Zach Manring that sent that out, and I think they're going to have a booth there this year, so that'll be cool. Anything else? I guess we'll wrap this up. We're right at a little over an hour.
Well, you got the kiosk, but other than that.
Yeah, well, that's one thing, Landis. I was going, we mentioned the kiosk at the beginning of the show. The biggest problem with the kiosk is getting them to people or, making them available, because right now they're down in Fort Lauderdale where Sean's at. I had a few, but when we did the little, I mentioned it that one night, and boom, everybody wanted one, and we got rid of what I had here really quick. So if anybody's want one of those, we can work out all the details, and I could bring you one to Hickory.
Yeah, I drive to the Central Florida area once every month. So if anybody from that area wants one, I could always pick one up from Sean and take it up.
Yeah. I mean, you know, like I said, if you want one, we just got to talk and figure out what you want in it, or if you just want it stripped down or whatever. Yeah, some of us in Texas took them all. Yeah, that was you know, because Josh Thompson was making a trip where he was coming right by here, and he stopped and got one for all the Texas folks out there. But we still have, like Sean said, about 20 some odd or so. I'm working on mine. Mine's a little different style than the ones that you guys in Texas got. But I've been playing around with mine. Man, there was a ton of stuff in those things, wires and cables and power cords and just all kinds of stuff. But once you get them stripped out, they're not too bad. Let's see. Let me lock it on you, Sean. You showing the it's kind of dark in there, but yeah, you can see there's a. I actually kind of like this style better because this has got a front door that swings open. You could almost use that as a storage area for router bits and stuff too.
Yep.
The pull-out tray and.
Yeah. Show that's a good, nice compartment on the bottom.
There's still all kinds of room.
That's nice,
John. But the one I got has a door on the front that you unlatch it and it kind of tips out, and then you pick it up and set it off. It's more like a panel. But I do like those style because it has the front. Oh, let me put it back on. Sean's showing the back of that one, which has a panel that comes all the way out. Got a speaker on it.
Yeah. So we got it with the wireless keyboard.
Yeah.
So you can use that as
fits in that little hole just right.
We put it on a USB, so you have for your file.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool. No, it's a super machine. I mean, a cabinet.
Yeah, I mean, they were being used as airport kiosks for people to check in and get their boarding pass, and had a credit card reader and barcode scanner and all kinds of stuff in it. And all of them are heavy duty. I mean, it's not real heavy duty, super thick sheet metal, but the way it's made, it's, of course, being in an airport, they had to make it where people couldn't break into it and get people's credit card and everything. It's almost like an ATM, it's built rock solid. So, and I was telling Sean that in fooling around with mine today, when I got down to the very bottom and, pulling the stuff out, I wanted to get mine up where I could roll it around in my garage, and it's just on like leg levelers. So I tipped it up, and I had one of those little roll around furniture dolly things, and I was wrestling that thing around trying to get it on there. And I finally got it on there, and I'm thinking, Dad gum, that thing's heavy. And then when I got down to the bottom, there's like it's at least 3/4 of an inch thick, maybe an inch thick piece of steel plate that's like, I don't know, it's probably 14 inches by 14 inches or something like that. And I don't know if you know, but steel's heavy. I think a square foot of quarter plate is 10 pounds, I think. I think it's 10 pounds, 10 point something. I've been out of sheet metal a while, I forget. But so 3/4 would be, 30 or 40 pounds worth, and it's heavy. But I'm gonna buy some casters with the threaded, what do you call it, the threaded spindle thing.
I'll drive up to you guys to Atlanta to bring them. I'm gonna probably bring some. So we talked about that, and so we'll have them in North Florida, Atlanta, and down here in South Florida, and we can ship them too.
Yeah, Dave, some of them, like I said, we're in the process of going through them. Well, Sean is basically, because right now they're all down there at Fort Lauderdale. But you know, we've got to go through them because these were all pulled out and replaced for some reason. So we don't want to just give one to somebody and not know if it doesn't work. But I've checked out some of the computers. Sean's using the computer that came with it. And the one I'm getting ready to do, I'm using that. What they did is they, for obvious reasons, because there was credit card information and stuff like that, they took all the hard drives. But we put a new hard drive in it and load Windows 7 Pro on it. And they are super fast because, you know, they're what do you call them, Sean? You called them something, some type of computer.
They're a microcomputer with SATA SATA brand. It's a very, very good brand. It's very good computer.
Yeah, they're 64-bit. And like I said, Dave Mack, I've been working on that one of mine out there, and I bought a new what is it, terabyte? Yeah, terabyte drive, and stuck in it, and loaded a Windows 7 Pro on there, and it is pretty slick. Got the touch screen works. I did have to buy, or not buy, but download the drivers and the calibration routine, and calibrated it, and now it works like a champ. So I don't ever talk prices in a video, Dave. You email me for pricing. I always get people try to get me to say a price on when you're doing these shows, and later on it's a video. So 5 years from now, somebody will go, "Oh, well, you said that it was this." I never say prices on a video. So that's my policy. But anyway, yeah, we can talk.
It's more than $1.
And Jerry Brown's posting, and I'm going to say this in the video: Chipster was wrong. I hope Michael watches this later, and he'll get that. We were kidding Michael about that. Yeah. Okay. I don't have anything else. So we're done talking about kiosk and done talking about
Bubba was asking me if
Windows 7.
Bubba was asking if my
Pro on there. They've all got the license code all on these computers.
Is that?
So, if that answers your question.
I believe they're 4 megs of RAM, but they're very fast computers.
Yeah, it's got 2 sticks of 2 gig each in it. But they run, you know, it's 64-bit, so you would need to run a, you know, would not run with a parallel because this doesn't have a parallel port. But, you know, you guys need to be getting away from that anyway. I keep saying, you know, even if you're running a computer with a parallel port, go ahead and break down, get at least a UC100. It's only $110 or something, and your machine will run so much better running it off that USB.
UC100.
Yeah. All right. We done talking about that. Let's. I don't know what we're going to do next week. Anybody got suggestions for what you want to see? I've made a list a while back, and we've still got some things to talk about. I know some folks wanted to talk about different types of hold down methods. I don't know if we can make a whole show out of that or not.
Oh yeah.
How to clean up your 3D carvings.
Yeah, with the crowd we have and the questions that they ask, we can definitely make a show out of discussion of hold downs.
I got great. I've been wanting to ask you guys this, and I wanted to email you, Dave. But since you're here, I'll put you on the spot. The bits. A whole show on different bits using the. You know, I'm interested in using the fluted and the different types, and I think it would really help a lot of people.
Okay, we'll do a show on bits. I'll drag
Maybe
my collection
5-minute
in here.
segment.
I don't really keep a lot of bits because I use, I got 3, maybe 4 bits that I use 90% of the time. I do have some, some ball nose and stuff when I decide to do a 3D something where I need those. But I use a 90-degree V bit a lot. I use a 60-degree V bit occasionally, and 1/4-inch up spiral is what I use most of the time. There's some other, some people have down cuts. Those are good to have on hand if you need to use them. But anyway, we won't talk about them now. We'll do a show. I guess we'll maybe do it next week. We'll talk about bits. So,
I think you just did it, so forget it.
Dave Mack, real quick, difference between UC 100 and the 400. The biggest thing with the 400 is it has if you guys correct me if I'm wrong, because I don't have one, but a 400 I think has a board with inputs and outputs on it, kind of like a breakout board, where the UC 100, and I don't have it in here for once.
The 100,
it's out
100 is USB and the 400 is Ethernet. Well,
okay.
That's one of the biggest difference from.
Okay, well, I guess. Well,
I learned that from you, Dave.
400 both ways. I thought they made it. Maybe not. I don't know. But okay, well, that's definitely a big difference if it's an Ethernet. But the UC 100 is nothing more than it's got a USB cable that runs to that little motion controller, and then it's got a parallel port connector. That's it. There's no other ports or anything. But if you're using something with a breakout board, that's all you need. It's the cheapest CNC motion controller that company makes, which is, what is it called? CNC 4PC or something like that, I think. Or maybe they're just a distributor. Maybe CNC accessories. Yeah, all right, let's do that. Let's next week we'll try to talk about router bits. Maybe we'll throw in some hold down methods in the same show.
Router accessories.
And and other accessories that are good to have. I don't know of any of them that are absolutely necessary, but there's a lot of things that are really nice to have. So, but we'll do that next week then. And yeah, so okay. Well, we were going to leave about 30 minutes ago. Now it is time to go. So everybody have a great week or weekend, and then have a great week. And come back next week. We'll be talking about router bits and whatever else we can think of between now and then. So Jerry Brown says LED lights that flash, adding a disco ball.
Yeah, even to Jerry.
Okay. All righty. Well, thanks for watching. We've had a good crowd tonight. I don't even know how many folks we had. I think we were up in the 70s or 80s tonight.
Yep.
So thank you all for tuning in. Leave a comment down below. Hit the like button on your way out if you enjoyed the show, and leave comments down below. Tell me what you want to see. Tell me what you like. Tell me what you don't like. That's what the comment's for.
Yep. Still 64 watching.
Yeah, or thumbs down. I don't care. I'm not picky. Thumbs up, thumbs down. It's all the same to me.
Yep.
All right, we're going to get out of here. Javi, Michael,
yep.
Sean, and, of course, Miss Becca, thank you so much for joining me tonight. You guys have a great weekend, and we will see y'all next week. Good night, everybody.
Good night, all.
Night.